This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
I received a $6.66 tip from Gathering Hall Live. I forgot to include my name in the last one. Oh, you were the 420 tipper? Cool. Stellar Blade, any plans on looking into it? I get Bayonetta vibes from it. You obviously have not been around the channel for the last 2 months. All right? Here's the deal with Stellar Blade. The gameplay elements look good. Right? They do. But there's a couple factors involved. Number one, I'm just not that much into that style of game. Like, for example, I've played Bayonetta 1 before and 2. I thought 1 was decent. 2 I didn't even like as much. I, every once in a while, will play Devil May Cry games. I've played the last one. I thought it was all right. Like, I'm just not into that style of combat game. I think it's okay for a quick playthrough, but it's not a big deal. Same thing with this game. You know, I'm not going crazy over what I've seen in the combat. I think, oh, it'll be all right, but I'm not going nuts. Now, we already talked about this a million times, so I'm not going to talk about it in detail today. But sadly, with the art direction that they took for the game, with the main character being an over-sexualized woman, I know what's going to happen. If I play the game, we're going to have people in this chat constantly who are immature and constantly just objectifying the woman and talking about her constantly. Literally, this happens in games where that's not the focus, right? That happens when I play Street Fighter. That happens when I played Baldur's Gate. And it was unbearable. I was like, I don't want to put up with that. I don't want to be playing a game and trying to enjoy the gameplay elements of it. And I turn to the chat, and it's everyone talking about her breasts and her ass and sexualizing and having sex with her. It's like, I just don't want to see it. I don't want to sit here and have to be a fucking parent to a bunch of immature people in the chat. So I purposefully said, well, not super interested in the gameplay elements to begin with. And I know that's going to be immature stuff there, so I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm not playing it. Okay, which is fine. There's other things that I've been doing that are just as good, if not better. In fact, I'd argue the Fallout 4 playthrough is going very well for me. Now, in the meantime, the game comes out, and what's the one actual thing that's being criticized about the game? The story. Everyone's basically saying, the story's just not very good. It's meant to be a game where the gameplay carries it, and of course, if you like the sexualization of the main character or whatever, there you go. But the story isn't that good. So I'm like, so let me get this straight. It's the opposite of Nier Automata. Because on the surface, Nier Automata looks like a game where it's just fluff. But if you actually start playing Nier Automata, you get so immersed in this really cool story. You want to do the multiple runs. You want to do the multiple playthroughs of the different characters. And then at the end of the game, the fourth wall breaking, hilarious ending. I'm like, wow, it's super good. Not hilarious. I was going to say mind-blowing ending. So, yeah, I loved Nier Automata, and I don't get that vibe from this game at all. I get that this game wanted to do combat and sexual content, and that's it. That's all they cared about. So, care about that. You'll probably, again, it's kind of like Bayonetta. You'll probably like that. Personally, I don't like Bayonetta. 1 was okay. 2, I didn't like at all, and I skipped 3. So, obviously, another game that's kind of like Bayonetta, I'm just not going to care, and I'm going to skip, right?